Hello everybody, Dr. Samuel here again, and in this video we continue to look at the 2021 July Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate examination in mathematics. And we have done question 4 part A, which was the coordinate geometry. And so now we move on to number 4, part B. And this is a functions and relations question. It reads, given that f of x equals 1/3 x plus 4 and g of x equals 3x over x plus 1. And the first part of the question, determine the value of f of 9. So if f of x equals 1/3 x plus 9 plus 4, it means that f of 9 you simply replace or substitute the x in this expression by 9. So we write f of 9 equals, so instead of x we put 9, so we have 1/3 multiplied by 9, just put it in brackets. So that means 1/3 multiplied by 9 plus 4. So we simply have to work this out and we have the answer. 1/3 of 9 is simply 9 divided by 3. So the answer is 3. Plus 4 to 7. So f of 9 equals 7. So that is part 1. Let's move on to part 2, which says to calculate the value of f of g of -3. Now this is what we call composite functions, where we have a function f of another function g. Now remember, f of anything means you substitute that thing for x in f. So therefore f of g of -3 means to find g minus 3 and substitute the answer in f. And we have g of x equals 3x over x plus 1. So to find g of -3, we simply substitute -3 for x in g of x. So let's do it. G of -3 equals, so we substitute -3 into g, so g of x is 3x, so we have 3 times -3 for the 3x over, and we have x plus 1 as the denominator, so x substitute -3 for x, and we have the plus 1. And we work this out. 3 times -3 is a minus 9 over minus 3 plus 1 is a negative 2. And a minus 9 over minus 2, the two negatives become a positive, and so we get the answer for g of minus 3 as 9 over 2. You can leave it like that, or if you want to, you can change to a decimal. If you like prefer working in decimals, if you divide 9 by 2, you're going to get 4.5. So any one of these, the fraction or the decimal. So now we have to find f of that answer. F of 9 over 2 or f of 4.5. Remember, f of x equals 1 over 3x plus 3. So therefore, f of g of minus 3 is simply f of, so as I said, use any one, the fraction or the decimal. Let me use the fraction. So f of 9 over 2 equals, and that is 1/3 times 9 over 2 because it's 1/3 x. So we multiply by 9 over 2. And it's plus 4. Plus 4. You can cancel out the 3 and the 9 when you multiply 1/3 times 9 over 2. So 3 into 3 is 1. 3 into 9 is 3. So when you multiply, we'll simply get 3 over 2. So it is 3 over 2 plus 4. So we have 3 over 2 plus 4. You can do it using fractions or decimals or whatever. 3 over 2 is 1.5. So 4 plus 1.5 is simply 5.5. So it is 5.5. Half is 0.5. So you can put the answer as 5.5. You'd have gotten the same answer if you had used 4.5 instead. So this is f of g of negative 3. So we move on to part 3, which says to determine the value of x, for which g of x equals 5 over 2. So this will be an equation, a simple equation. G of x we know is 3x over x plus 1. So let's write it down. 3x over x plus 1 as g of x, and from the sum that equals 5 over 2. So it's a simple equation but involving fractions. And the basic rule here is to get rid of the fraction by multiplying both sides by the LCM of the denominators. And the denominator, on the left side you have x plus 1, on the right side you have 2. The LCM is simply, remember the LCM is lowest common multiple. So simply multiply x plus 1 by 2 to get 2 times x plus 1. This is how I do it. I put the LCM at the bottom, 2 times x plus 1. And I bring both sides to the same common denominator, which is 2 times x plus 1. So on the left side, I will divide x plus 1 into 2 times x plus 1. I will get 2 because the x plus 1's cancel out. And 2 times 3x is 6x. So the left side becomes 6x over 2 times x plus 1. The equal sign, and do the same for the right side. I divide 2 into 2 times x plus 1. I will get the answer as x plus 1 because the 2's will cancel out. And 5 times x plus 1, let me write it all out, so I'll simplify in a while. We multiply 5 times x plus 1. So in effect, what you have there is 6x over 2 times x plus 1 is equal to 5x plus 1 over 2 times x plus 1. So you have 2 times x plus 1 on both sides of the equation. We can just leave it out. So all we have to work out now, we have to solve the equation on top. 6x equals 5x plus 1. We'll take out the bracket first. So we're going to get 6x equal, and we multiply 5 by the terms in the bracket. 5 times x is 5x. And 5 times a plus 1 is a plus 5. To solve the equation, we'll bring all the x's to one side. So I'll bring over the 5x to the left side. In other words, I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. Okay? Well, let me do it step by step for you to show you. I subtract 5x from the left side. And I subtract 5x from the right side. (6x minus 5x is x) equals 5x minus 5x is nothing, so we only have 5 on the right side. And so we have solved the equation, and we have determined that the value of x, for which g of x equals 5 over 2, is simply 5. So that was the last part of question 4. We are going to move on to question 5 in the next video. As always, you can press the subscribe button if you want to receive those videos, more of those videos. Also, you can press the like button. Thank you. See you all next time.